What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On this segment, I would like to discuss this little feud, ongoing beef between Tony Ferguson and Daniel Cormier. This honestly stems from Daniel Cormier's very close relationship with Khabib Nurmagomedov. And Tony, of course, had multiple fights scheduled with Khabib. They were supposed to clash in that cage. Through sheer bad luck, the MMA gods not wanting that fight, it just never materialized. Khabib retired. Tony doesn't seem at his best present day. So it's like we never got to see that amazing fight. But that's neither here nor there. That's not really the topic of discussion. Yeah, so like there's some animosity there coming from Tony towards Daniel Cormier due to the association with Khabib. That happens sometimes. If you have a beef with somebody and they have like a best friend, very often that beef will spill over and affect the friends of your enemy. That's just how it is. The tension between Tony and DC was like super evident in that DC check-in interview. Tony was kind of rude to DC. If I recall correctly, Tony was throwing little jabs at Khabib, poking at DC. DC was trying to make a point, you know, maybe you shouldn't focus on Khabib when Khabib is retired. You have a beast in front of you, Chandler. You've been losing fights. You're on a losing skid. I honestly think that was DC's point. In all fairness, Daniel Cormier handled that interview quite well. He took the high road, didn't really engage Tony Ferguson like that in the interview. But after the fact, DC definitely engaged Tony, made some comments on his podcast with RC. And honestly, I think it's kind of like in poor taste. It's like DC is an ambassador of the sport at this point. He's one of the faces of the UFC. He stepped into like the analyst and commentator role. You definitely shouldn't be engaging in a back and forth with an active fighter. It's just a bad look. He took the right route during his live interview, but afterwards took shots at Tony, innuendos, a little bit of shade thrown his way. You gotta be the bigger person, DC. Tony's gonna be Tony. No disrespect to Ferguson, I love the guy, but he's always kind of had like a bad attitude. Always been kind of testy. We've seen him have altercations with other guys. Of course, that famous video with Verdum. Him and Fabricio Verdum are gonna throw down during an interview. Fabricio's side of that story is Tony was a little bit rude and testy with him. Bad energy before things were being filmed. So, you know, it kind of ticked Fabricio off. He was talking during Tony's interview. We all saw what happened. Tony puts his finger up, his hand up. It's like, excuse me, I'm talking. Something to that effect. It was prickish, it was. But again, this is nothing new with Tony Ferguson. He's a hard-edged dude, man. Tells it like it is, speaks his truth. Love him or hate him, that's Tony. But I agree with DC. Tony shouldn't really worry about Khabib. He's got to focus on his career. He's definitely towards the end of his career. You want to make the most of it. You want to possibly go out on some wins. He was doing really well against Chandler in that first round. Focus on yourself and making improvements. Khabib is long gone. Dude is retired. He's not coming back. That one fell through for whatever reason. We're never going to see that fight. It's like an obsession with Tony at this point. But back to DC and like this back and forth. Yeah, it's just in poor taste, man. If I was DC, I would just let it go. Don't really comment on it. Once again, he's an ambassador, commentator, analyst. You got to be above this petty stuff. That's my 2 cents on this matter, but you guys let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this back and forth and beef? Who do you side with? Do you think DC was right with addressing this whole scenario on his podcast, throwing little shots back? Or do you think DC should have just continued to take the high road? Want to read your thoughts? Thanks for watching this segment, guys. If you enjoyed it, first time at the channel, hit that subscribe button. This is important. Like and share. Helps the channel get on the algorithm. Appreciate that, guys. And I'll catch you all on the next segment.